Welcome to the unveiling of the 4th edition of the Dungeons & Dragons role-playing game. My name is Bill Slavacek. I'm the R&D Director of role-playing games, miniature games, and book publishing here at Wizards of the Coast.
Hi, and I'm Chris Perkins, your Dungeon Master for this event. They didn't pay me extra to be in the video, but they did let me keep the afro. Sadly, it wouldn't fit in my Gen Con suitcase. It's a great privilege to be here with you, to share our excitement with people who love games as much as we do. First of all, how many of you predicted this was coming before you landed in Indianapolis? Ha! Well, don't worry. We have plenty of nice surprises in store for you during the con and beyond. I'm not exaggerating when I say that Wizards of the Coast is going to deliver the best Dungeons & Dragons game experience you've ever seen. Tonight, we're going to tell you when it's coming, what the new game is all about, why it's going to rock your world, and how you can get involved.
The first big question is when. Mark your calendars. The New Player's Handbook releases in May 2008. That's right, May 2008, not here at the show. It's followed in June by the Monster Manual, and in July by the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Which means the core rulebooks will be out just in time for Gen Con 08. But why 2008, you ask? The answer is we've made a great game a whole lot better. It's the D&D we're playing around the office, and our excitement is growing with each passing day. Like any creative company, we want to engage you with new ideas and new products. We also knew it was about time D&D took advantage of technology in a way no previous edition has been able to do. Once we understood the digital possibilities and we began working on improving the game experience, we knew we had to move forward with 4th edition. As we all know, D&D is a living game. With each new contribution, it evolves. 3rd edition has had millions of hours of playtesting. Millions. And we've all learned things that we would do differently. Back at Wizards headquarters, we've combined years of experimentation with your feedback and rebuilt the game system to do one thing: improve the play experience in every imaginable way. For example, we're making character advancement a fun and meaningful experience at every level. We're making all levels of play equally fun and playable. We're simplifying stat blocks a lot. We're making Dungeon Master preparation less time-consuming thanks to streamlined game mechanics, clearer presentations in our products, and the addition of online tools. And we are removing the things that cause your play sessions, and ours, to grind to a halt.
But what is 4th edition? It's an evolution in game design, not a new game system. It's still a tabletop RPG. It's still the D20 game system we've all come to know and love. The new edition streamlines mechanics, speeds up play, and increases the fun. Let's take a look at some of the core concepts that we've built into the new version.
Hey, the game goes up to 30 levels now. That's 30 levels in the core books.
We've made it easier to Dungeon Master, or we're making it easier to Dungeon Master with the use of better presentation, simplified stat blocks, and the like.
We've defined party roles better so that you can sort of think of members of the party as being members of a sports team. They know what they're supposed to do on the battlefield, and making sure that those roles complement each other.
We're adding new power sources so that everybody has something fun to do all the time, not just the wizards and the clerics. This is a really new innovation. We saw a little of it in some previous books we've done under 3rd edition, most notably in Tome of Battle.
We're managing resources better so that the fun doesn't end when the wizard or the cleric run out of spells. That is to say that there will always be something cool for your character to do.
And we're working on encounter design to make it more innovative, exciting, and fun at the table. Take a look at that intro video that we showed at the beginning of the presentation, and you saw how in 1st edition you fought 1 troll, in 2nd edition you fought maybe 1.5 trolls, but now with 4th edition you have multiple monsters on the battlefield. The battlefield itself is as much a part of the encounter as as the monsters and the characters, and it's just a much more dynamic environment.
And like the party character rules, we're defining monster rules better so that you can pick the right monsters for the job and pair them off in interesting ways.
Fourth edition will improve the game experience for current gamers, as well as make it more accessible to new players. We're even giving lapsed players, our D&D alumni, a way to reconnect with their old gaming friends 24 hours, 7 days a week. Fittingly enough, we like to think of 4th edition as having 4 parts. The first part is physical product. Our core rulebooks, our supplements and accessories, our adventures, our miniatures, these are still the bread and butter of the Dungeons & Dragons role-playing game experience.
The second part is organized play, and many of you here are familiar with some version of that. In addition to convention play and special events such as D&D Game Day, living campaigns, that kind of thing, we will help players and DMs connect with one another in unprecedented ways, and we'll offer activities that reward you for playing D&D wherever and whenever you happen to play.
The third part is community, powered by Gleemax.com. You've seen information about our new digital initiative since a couple of months ago, and I have to tell you, it's really looking exciting. We're building an online home that's comfortable for D&D fans with the tools that you need to express yourself, to organize your characters and your campaigns, to share your ideas and experiences, and to ultimately interact with the entire D&D design team.
Like you and me. The fourth part is the system of digital offerings we're calling Dungeons & Dragons Insider. Imagine a subscription-based site with such features as robust game content, tools to make dungeon mastering easier, character creator applications, and more. These 4 parts all work together to create the most integrated D&D experience ever. Each part stands on its own, and you can decide to utilize any of them. But when they all come together and build upon each other, the D&D experience will be amazing.
Let's take a look at one example of this. Let's imagine that one of our D&D books is the equivalent of a 2-disc DVD set. The core book, the Monster Manual in this case, happens to be just like the movie disc. It can be used all by itself and you'll have a wonderful experience. But when you add that second disc, what we're calling D&D Insider, you get all of the extras.
Such as expanded content, behind-the-scenes information, designer commentaries, special features that we couldn't put in the book, an e-version of the book that you unlock using a code in the printed book, and added functionality which only D&D Insider will be able to provide.
And that added functionality is basically databases that are populated once it knows that you own the physical product.
So, D&D Insider is the new home for Dragon Magazine and Dungeon Magazine, with new content releasing 3 times a week and digital issues collected at the end of every month. D&D Insider also provides tools for making DMing easier, an encounter builder, a dungeon builder, monster databases. As the rules expand, these tools will be updated so that physical product and digital product remain closely integrated.